This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box, and I'm here to do my WWE Friday Night SmackDown September 30th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about Friday Night SmackDown. Now, they are in Canada tonight in Winnipeg. The Usos are not there because of legal issues and all that stuff, but yeah. But they said they got the night off. That's what the announcer said, that the Usos got the night off for tonight for their victory from last week. But we kick off SmackDown with the tag team match. It was Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline, versus Madcap Moss and Ricochet in a tag team match. And this match, it was a pretty good match. You expected that the Bloodline was going to win this match, and you know what they actually did. But it was still a really good match. At one point, it looked like Madcap Moss was going to win it, where he hit the jackhammer actually onto Sami Zayn. He pins them 1-2. Solo Sikoa breaks a pin at 2. Ricochet comes in there, and then Solo and Ricochet starts brawling. Ricochet hits him with a knee to the face, knocking him out the ring. And then Ricochet runs to the ropes to pretty much hit a move onto Solo out of the ring. But Sami Zayn grabs his foot. And then him and Madcap Moss was brawling outside of the ring. The referee was distracted by that because he was trying to get them back into the ring. That's when Ricochet tries to hit a suicide dive onto Solo, but Solo threw a steel chair at his head, knocking him down, and then he throws him into the ring post and then throws him over the barricade, taking Ricochet out for the rest of the match. He comes up onto the apron, tags himself in, gets in the ring, starts beating down Madcap Moss, and then hits his finish move, that Uranagi Slam, which they call it swinging Solo. So yeah, that's what they call his finisher move, and he pinned Madcap Moss for the 3 count. So yeah, Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn defeated Ricochet and Madcap Moss tonight in the tag team match. That's what happened. Pretty good match though to kick off SmackDown. For that match, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good match to kick off SmackDown. So yeah, that's why I'll give the match. And later on tonight, we will see Ronda Rousey versus Natalya 1-on-1 and many more stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. And I forgot to mention, during that tag team match, actually, the lights went off, so the White Rabbit and stuff. But yeah, like I said, still a pretty good match. But yeah, still to come later on tonight, more stuff. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown. Now, before I talk about the match, there's a few things I gotta talk about. Like for instance, when we see Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa walking backstage, they was about to walk into the locker room, and all of a sudden Jey Uso comes out the locker room. So yeah, Jey Uso's there, but I guess Jimmy Uso ain't. But yeah, Jey Uso was there, and he tells Solo, he says, come in the locker room. Solo walks into the locker room, and then he shuts the door and then starts talking to Sami Zayn outside the locker room, talking about, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to break the bloodline and stuff, but you better not try a single thing, or I'm going to mess you up and stuff like that. And then Sami was like, well, you got to talk some stuff up with Roman and all that. He says, now, I'm part of the family, so please move out the way and let me go in the locker room. And then he goes in the locker room. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we get a pretty cool video package, pretty much, of Karrion Kross, where he's like walking down some stairs and stuff, and then starts talking about Drew McIntyre, how he's going to destroy him at Extreme Rules and win the strap match and all that. And then after he's done with Drew McIntyre, he's going to go after the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So yeah, that's what he was saying, which was pretty good. And then after he got done talking, and they zoom in on his face, and all of a sudden you get the QR code that was popping up. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we get another segment backstage with Mr. Money in the Bank, Austin Theory. He's on SmackDown. He was getting interviewed, and he was talking about the failed attempts of cashing in the Money in the Bank, how he went to Wells to go win the title, but, he couldn't because of Tyson Fury. And he starts talking crap about Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre appears, grabs onto him, and he says, how about this, me and you right now in the ring. So yeah, we get to the match. Drew McIntyre versus Austin Theory 1-on-1, and Austin Theory didn't came alone. He came with Otis and Chad Gable Alpha Academy. So yeah, Alpha Academy was at ringside for Austin Theory. It was an okay match. The match was going on, both of us going back and forth. And then at the ending, we see Drew McIntyre hit the Future Shock DDT onto Austin Theory. It looks like he was going to win. He goes to the corner, counting down for the Claymore. But then Chad Gable pops up on the ring apron. Drew McIntyre grabs him, throws him over the top rope, bringing him into the ring. And then after he done tossed him in the ring, Otis grabs his foot, brings him out of the ring, starts attacking McIntyre, so it led to disqualification. So yeah, Drew McIntyre won the match by DQ. McIntyre starts getting beat down by Otis, gets thrown into the ring. McIntyre was trying to fight back and stuff, but it was just 3-on-1. He was just getting beat down. Then Johnny Gargano comes running down. He starts fighting him, but then he starts getting beat down as well. And then Kevin Owens comes down, starts fighting with them. You see Austin Theory and Chad Gable get taken out of the ring, and then we see Johnny Gargano hit a super kick onto Otis, but he's still standing. And then Kevin Owens hits a super kick on Otis, and he's still standing still. And then Drew McIntyre comes up hitting the Glasgow kiss onto Otis, taking him out the ring. So yeah, that's what happened there. But for the match, I'll just give it 1 star. That's what I'll give it, just because it ended in DQ. But then I had the stuff from what happened after the match and stuff. So yeah, it was okay. But then after that, we see another backstage segment where we see Max Dupree walking down the backstage area, and then we see Maxine Dupree calling Max Dupree over, and he says, "We got the boys a title." And Max Dupree was like, "Oh, so y'all got a tag team title shot against the Usos?" And they was like, "No, but we do got this type of title where they can have the longest standing pose in Canadian history," or some crap like that. And then they was trying to do the pose. He gets pissed off. He walks away. They was doing the pose. And then Mason Mansoor was. And then Hit Row comes up, interrupts the pose. They get upset. Hit Row walks away. And then they do the pose again. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, now we get to the tag team match. It was Top Dollar and Ashante Adonis with B-Fab, Hit Row versus Angel and Humberto Los Lotharios tonight in a tag team match. And it was an okay tag team match. Los Lotharios, they was doing pretty good for a little bit, but then Hit Row starts coming back. And then we see Angel coming into the ring, trying to flirt with B-Fab. She was trying to slap him, but, he moved out the way. And then he got lifted up on Top Dollar's shoulders. And then Humberto got caught as well. And then Ashante Adonis got tagged in. That's when Top Dollar hits that the World's Strongest Slam on Humberto, knocking Angel off his shoulders at the same time. They lift up Humberto, and then they hit their tag team finish move. Heavy hitter onto Humberto, and then pin him for the 3 count. So yeah, Hit Row defeated Los Lotharios tonight in the tag team match. That's what happened. For that match, I'll give it 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But then, after the match ended, Michael Cole and Corey Graves just talking, and then we see somebody holding up a sign behind them saying, "Reveal in what you are." So yeah, revel in what you are. So yeah, that's what it said. But yeah, it was, stuff going on. But then after that, they show about what happened last week with Liv Morgan and stuff. And then Ronda Rousey got an interview backstage talking about she don't care how extreme Liv Morgan can be or whatever, that she's going to snap her arm at Extreme Rules and pretty much make her tap out and win back the SmackDown Women's Championship. So yeah, that's what Ronda Rousey said. But she's getting ready for her match against Natalya tonight. That match is still to come later on tonight, and many more stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on SmackDown. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a one-on-one match. It was Ronda Rousey versus Natalya one-on-one. In this match, it was a pretty good match. Right off the start, Ronda Rousey pushes Natalya, and Natalya knocks her down, trying to lock on the sharpshooter and stuff, and Ronda Rousey was fighting out of it. But then we kept on going during this match, and then at one point we see Natalya hitting that nice-ass discus clothesline onto Ronda Rousey. She pins her 1-2, Ronda barely kicking out at 2. And then we see Natalya trying to lock on the sharpshooter again, but then Ronda Rousey locks on the ankle lock. Natalya was trying to crawl to the ropes to get rope break from that move. But then Ronda Rousey drops down, with the ankle lock locked on, and then makes Natalya tap out. So yeah, Ronda Rousey defeated Natalya tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what happened. And then after the match ended, we see Liv Morgan come walking down with the baseball bat. Her and Ronda Rousey gets face to face. Ronda kicks her in the stomach. And then that's when Liv hits her in the stomach with the baseball bat. Both of them starts brawling a little bit. Ronda lifts her up on her shoulders, hitting Piper's Pit onto her outside of the ring. The baseball bat somehow went from outside the ring to the in ring, and then Ronda and Liv had grabbed the baseball bat. It was playing tug of war with it, pretty much fighting back and stuff. And then Liv managed to push Ronda into the barricade. That's when Ronda grabs her, throws her over the barricade and stuff. Security guards and stuff had come up and get Ronda to stop. Ronda finally stops, walks away, and then while she's walking to the backstage area, that's when Liv Morgan comes up, attacks her from behind, beating her down and stuff. Both of them still brawling. Security guards still trying to break them up, but then they keep on going at it multiple more times. And then the security guards finally got them broken up. So yeah, that's what happened. It was an okay match between Natalya and Ronda Rousey for that match. I'll give it 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, that's what happened there. And later on tonight, we will see Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and Johnny Gargano versus Austin Theory and Alpha Academy tonight in a 6-man tag team match. So yeah, that's the main event. So we see Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Johnny Gargano talking backstage. And then Johnny Gargano was like, Kevin, Drew, are y'all guys on the same page? They say, yeah. And then Kevin Owens starts walking, talking about, I'll talk to you guys later. He starts walking down the backstage area, walks into the Maximum Male Models, and he starts talking crap about their pose and stuff. And then walks around. And then he walks into Sami Zayn and then tells Sami Zayn that he needs to get a better t-shirt. And then walks away. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing happens on SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, before I talk about what happened on SmackDown with the brawling and stuff like that, we gotta talk about Shotzi now. Shotzi did had a promo, which I forgot to mention before I was talking about Hit Row and stuff. She had a promo talking about how she's going to beat Bayley tonight, and she'll stick her nose in whoever's business she feels like because she's tired of sitting back. So yeah, that's what Shotzi did say. I forgot to mention that. And then after that, we see the Maximum Male Models doing the posing still, and then Shinsuke Nakamura comes up doing the same pose and stuff like that, and then Sonya Deville comes up. So yeah, the Maximum Male Models still trying to break that record or whatever for the longest pose. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And then we get to what happened into the ring. Now we had the Intercontinental Champion Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci Imperium in the ring. They started talking. Gunther was talking about how not only he will retain the Intercontinental Championship next week on SmackDown against Sheamus, that he'll go to Extreme Rules, and Imperium will stand tall over the Brawling Brutes at Extreme Rules. So yeah, that's what Gunther said. He was doing pretty good on the promos, but then Sheamus comes out, and then Sheamus starts cutting the promo talking about how Ridge Holland and Butch ain't there because, they're stuck in Florida and stuff like that, with the hurricane and stuff like that that's been happening. So yeah, that's what he was saying. But he says that he's always down for a fight. He'll go to SmackDown next week, win the Intercontinental Championship, and how the Brawling Brutes will beat Imperium at Extreme Rules. But he wants to go fight right now. So he gets in the ring. He starts brawling with Imperium, but he starts taking out Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, and then it was him and Gunther. Gunther starts brawling with them, both of them going back and forth. Sheamus hits a knee to the face onto Gunther. It looks like he was going to, win that fight pretty much. He was setting up for that bro kick in the corner, waiting for Gunther to get up, but then Imperium grabs onto him, and then that's when Gunther comes up, hitting a big boot onto him in the corner, starts laying in some chops onto him, beating him down and stuff. He grabs the Intercontinental Championship and pretty much starts rubbing it in Sheamus' face, lays in another chop onto him, hits him again, and then grabs him, pulls him into the middle of the ring, and then hits a powerbomb onto Sheamus, laying him out. And then he starts walking away. Imperium walks up the ramp, but then Sheamus grabs the mic and he says that he ain't done yet. He wants to fight some more. And then the fans got behind Sheamus pretty much. Gunther and them got pissed off. They walk back to the ring, grabs that shillelagh that Sheamus brought down with him, and then hits Sheamus in the face with it, laying him out. So yeah, that's what happened. pretty good stuff though. Sheamus so far is red hot. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, in my opinion, he should probably win the Intercontinental Championship next week because he's been that damn good lately. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, great stuff. That's what happened. But then after that, we see Bayley cutting a promo backstage talking about how she's going to take out Shotzi. Now, the rest of Damage Control, Io Sky and Dakota Kai is not going to be with her tonight because they are stuck in Florida. So yeah, that's what Bayley said. But she says she's going to take care of Shotzi tonight. But up next, we're going to be seeing Bayley versus Shotzi up next on SmackDown. And then after that, we see Michael Cole and Corey Graves announcing the, that Antonio Inoki passed away today at the age of 79. So yeah, it was great that WWE acknowledged it because it just literally happened. What I heard, but yeah. Rest in peace, Antonio Inoki, and yeah, just sad. But yeah, that's what happened there. And up next, we're going to be seeing Bayley versus Shotzi one-on-one up next. So yeah, see you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was Bayley versus Shotzi one-on-one in the match. Now, Io Sky and Dakota Kai is not at ringside with Bayley because they're stuck in Florida because of the hurricane and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why they are there and not there on SmackDown. But yeah, Shotzi came out with the tank actually. So yeah, she rode the tank down to the ring. The return of the tank. But then we get to the match, and it was an okay match. Shotzi was doing pretty good. At the ending of this match, we see Shotzi pretty much hit suplex on the Bayley into the corner and stuff, and then she climbs up the second turnbuckle. That's when Bayley comes up, grabs her by the foot, and knocks her off the turnbuckle, and then hits her finisher move, the Rose Plant, onto Shotzi, and then pins her for the 3 count. So yeah, Bayley defeated Shotzi tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what happened. But then after the match ended, Bayley gets out the ring, grabs a ladder, brings it in, puts Shotzi in between the ladder, and then she climbs up the second turnbuckle, about to do some move, but then the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair comes running out, saving Shotzi, chasing off Bayley, and then got Shotzi out the ladder, but then Bayley comes in there, tries to attack Bianca, and she was trying to hit the Rose Plant onto Bianca onto the ladder, but then Bianca grabs her up for the KOD, about to hit it on her, but then Bayley managed to grab the ropes and go over the top rope, saving herself. So yeah, that's what happened there for that match between Shotzi and Bayley. I'll just give it 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was okay and stuff, and what happened after the match was okay. But then after that, we see the Maximum Male Models, doing the pose still. And then the final countdown, Maxine starts counting down from 10. And then as soon as they get to 5, that's when Max Dupree comes in, hitting a headbutt onto Mansoor, laying him out. And then Max Dupree said he has enough of this. Y'all should be going out there and winning titles and not doing stupid poses. And he says the same for me. He takes off the belt and then throws it down and then says, yeah, and then walks away. So, yeah. The return of LA Knight, or Eli Drake, LA Knight. So yeah, that's what happened there, and he walks away. So yeah, he's out of the Maximum Male Models now. But yeah, up next we're going to be seeing the main event. It will be Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and Johnny Gargano versus Austin Theory and Alpha Academy in a 6-man tag team match. Up next on SmackDown. So yeah, see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown was the main event. It was Drew McIntyre, Johnny Gargano, and Kevin Owens versus Mr. Money in the Bank, Austin Theory, Chad Gable and Otis, Alpha Academy, in a 6-man tag team match. So yeah, this was the main event for tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. It was a pretty good main event. At the ending of this match, we see McIntyre and Theory going at it. McIntyre throws Theory back into the ring. That's when Otis attacks McIntyre, running him into the steel steps. And then Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano was trying to help out Drew McIntyre. Johnny Gargano hits a super kick onto Otis, and then Kevin Owens hits a super kick on Otis, and then both of them hits a double super kick on Otis, laying him out. They tear apart the announce table, laying Otis onto the announce table so they can put him through it. But then that's when Chad Gable comes up, grabbing, Gargano, throwing him into the ring post or whatever, and then hitting a belly-to-belly suplex on Kevin Owens outside of the ring, saving Otis, and Otis gets off the announce table and stuff. And then that's when Chad Gable grabs Kevin Owens, pushes him into the ring, and then Kevin Owens hits a super kick on Otis, and then Otis gets off the announce table and stuff. And then that's when Chad Gable grabs Kevin Owens, pushes him into the ring, and then Kevin Owens hits a super kick on Otis, and then Otis gets off the announce table and stuff. And then that's when Chad Gable grabs Kevin Owens, puts him on the announce table, about to put him through it. But then that's when we see Johnny Gargano hits a tornado DDT onto Otis, taking him out. And then Kevin Owens hits the stunner onto Chad Gable on top of the announce table. They never went through it, nothing just happened. And then that's when we get to the back into the ring, where we see Austin Theory try to hit that drop kick when he comes off the apron, like rolling back into the ring. He gets hit with a Claymore at the same time, getting pinned for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Drew McIntyre, Johnny Gargano, and Kevin Owens defeated Chad Gable and Otis, Alpha Academy, and Mr. Money in the Bank, Austin Theory, tonight in the 6-man tag team match in tonight's main event. So yeah, that's what happened for that match. I'll give it 3 star. I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match. This is easily match of the night. Now, the tag team match with Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa, that match, it was a pretty good match as well. Bayley versus Shotzi was okay. Didn't care for that match at first with Austin Theory and Drew McIntyre, but I understand why it ended in DQ, so they got the main event. And Hit Row versus Los Lotharios was alright. And then the brawl, I like the brawl, the segment with Gunther and Sheamus. That segment was pretty damn good. But next week's episode of SmackDown should be a lot more better. Roman Reigns and Logan Paul is going to be on it. The Intercontinental Championship will be defended and stuff like that. So yeah, many more stuff next week for sure. For this episode of SmackDown, I'll give it 6.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay episode of SmackDown, but not the best. But next week's episode, I really hope, is way better. And then after the match ended, I forgot to mention, McIntyre did have the strap and he hit Austin Theory in the back with the strap, and Theory quickly got out of the ring. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, that has been my WWE Friday Night SmackDown September 30th, 2022 reviews. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for this Monday's Monday Night Raw reviews. See you guys later. Until then.